Hey there, folks. Today we need to talk about something that's been making waves in the business world, the Corporate Transparency Act, or CTA, or as others are calling it, the Covert Totalitarian Act. I'm here today to give you the lowdown on what this legislation is all about and why some folks are raising their eyebrows. Now, you may have heard about the CTA, but let's dig a little bit deeper. It was introduced with the intention of unmasking the true owners behind shell companies, shell corporations, and preventing money laundering and other financial crimes. And that all sounds great, doesn't it? Well, here's the catch. The government wants to know every little detail about the beneficial owners of companies. And when I say every little detail, I mean every single detail. That brings us to FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, the hub where the government aims to collect and store information on these beneficial owners, finding out who's pulling the strings behind the scenes, claiming all in the interest of fighting crime. Let's talk about the nitty-gritty details. The CTA requires compliance to and companies to comply by disclosing information about the owners, their names, their addresses, their birth dates, and their personal identification numbers, possibly passport information, social security. Now, that's a lot of personal information, wouldn't you say? And what could go wrong? It's the government securing that information, right? They say they're going to keep it nice and safe and secure. Well, guess what? In less than a month, there's an alert on their own webs page talking about they've been notified of fraudulent attempts to solicit information from individuals who are subject to their reporting requirements under the Corporate Transparency Act. Sending out notices of important compliance notice and asking the recipient to click on a link or scan a QR code, emails and letters that are fraudulent. And that's just what they know of right now. You know there are going to be others if there aren't already. And this is where the rubber meets the road for small businesses. The CTA is not targeting large companies. Oh, no, not the big players. They're casting a wide net over 30 million small businesses like yours and mine. We're already subject to having to navigate the waters of government regulations and rules and laws and paperwork, employment rules and laws and taxes and etc. And now we have another government reporting requirement, another intrusion into our privacy. Many are arguing this is the government going too far. They're pushing the boundaries of privacy beyond where it needs to be in the name of combating financial crimes. Now, don't get me wrong. We all want to live in a world free from corruption and illegal activities. But is sacrificing our privacy the only solution? Shouldn't there be a balance between transparency and individual rights? The Covert Totalitarian Act, the Corporate Transparency Act raises some valid concerns. We should have valid concerns about the extent of government intrusion. As businesses, we need to keep a watchful eye on how this unfolds and advocate for a fair and just balance between security and privacy. Keeping an eye on things. As businesses that were started before January 1, 2024, we have until December 31, 2024 to file our initial report. And I said initial. You have to update it. You got one of your owners decides to move down the street, you got to update it. You have any little change, you're going to have to update it. You added somebody new, you're going to have to update it. And who is a beneficial owner? Well, we know there's a percentage ownership requirement, but then there's this idea of control. What does that mean? Somebody without a percentage ownership in interest in the company may be required to fall under this report as well. I'm keeping an eye on some things for you. You should keep an eye on them as well. There may be pending legislation that addresses a possible extension of this beyond December 31, 2024. It may extend it. I've seen where they're trying to extend it for a whole nother year. So maybe we don't have to address it just right away. I've seen a court case or cases that have been filed against the government saying, hey, government, a bridge too far. You've gone too far. You're intruding in our privacy. You don't need to do this. This is beyond what should be allowed. We're seeking to strike this down, and they may be successful. I'll keep an eye out on it. I'll keep an eye out on it for you. You should do so yourself. If there's anything I can do to help you with the Corporate Transparency Act, your business in laws or taxes or anything that involves your company and helping it to succeed, give me a call. I'd be happy to talk with you. I'm Darrell Cartwright, an attorney in Birmingham, and I thank you for joining me today.